How's it going, everybody? Bam, back with the second part of my RLCS 2022 World Championship predictions. Yesterday we went over the Swiss, but in case you missed it, I'll just go ahead and spoil it now. You don't have to go back and watch that video, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to. It'll be linked in the description down below. But let's take a look here. Top 8 coming out of the wildcard: Version 1, Space Station, Dignitas, Optic Gaming, K-Corp, Renegades, 0-1, and Pioneers. It really hurt to say goodbye to Veloce, Team Secret, and the club, but unfortunately I had them losing in that final round 5 of the Swiss, going out 2-3 in the wildcard event this week. Which, by the way, starts in about 2 hours from when I'm recording this, so it'll be probably about an hour from when this video goes up. I will be live on Twitch doing a watch party again, linked in the description below. Come check it out if you want to watch a watch party. So let's jump into my main event predictions. We'll start over here on the left with Group A. So, Moist Esports and Pioneers. I really like this Pioneers team. I think they've got a lot to offer. I think they're going to be around for a long time, but unfortunately, just not enough in the tank here to take on Moist Esports just yet. So Moist, I will have advancing over them 4-2. Furia and Version 1. This is going to be a hell of a matchup. I think these are, arguably two of the top 6 teams in the world right now. So really unfortunate that they match up here right away in round 1. But I actually have this one going in favor of Version 1. I think that not that lower bracket run, but that Swiss run is actually going to help them here. They'll be able to do just enough with their 3-0 in Swiss to also get by Furia. I'm really worried for a couple of these teams. BDS here we'll get to in a sec. And NRG, I think, could also struggle. Endpoint. I'm really worried about those 3 teams in particular or missing Swiss because they had enough points to secure a top 16 spot already. I'm really worried about those teams. So we'll go on to BDS here, one of those teams I was worried about. I do think that they have just enough to beat Carmine Corp. The blue wall is going to get busted by Monkey Moon and Seiko here in this one. And Team Falcons, I think, has more than enough to take down Optic Gaming here in the first round of Group A. So moving on to the lowers, Pioneers, they always beat Sam, but not this time. Furia, too much for Furia here. Yan, Kaio, Card, they still got something left. They're still fighting for something. Furia are going to move on here against Pioneers, who, again, a hell of a run by Pioneers, but just too much for Furia. And Carmine Corp, they also fall to Optic Gaming. I do actually think of any region, North America benefits the most by having a home event. And I think the crowd, despite the blue wave, is going to be fully behind Optic Gaming, and they will pick up the dub here. Moist Esports and Version 1. This is a hell of a matchup. The crowd will be behind Version 1. And I think Version 1 gets revenge for London. They pick up the 4-2 win here over Moist Esports. BDS and Falcons. BDS, they had enough to get by Carmine Corp, but Team Falcons just way too strong here in the upper semifinals. Riding high after beating Optic Gaming, and they'll continue that by beating Team BDS. BDS, can they recover against Furia? I do not think so. I think Furia, I don't put a lot of stock in Gamers 8, but I do think Furia just continued to elevate after that. Just major to major, they just gotten better. They've gotten more competitive against the major region teams in NA and EU. And I think they take down Team BDS to secure a top 8 spot. And I think they are joined by Moist Esports. Unfortunately, Optic Gaming, I wanted to put Drees in the top 8, but I just couldn't do it. They got a rough draw here with Falcons, Carmine Corp, and Moist. So really unfortunate there for Optic Gaming, but they do pick up a top 12 finish. Moving on to Group B here. Let me switch my webcam and webcam border over. That's not what I want. Webcam and webcam border. Let's move you over here. There we go. Sorry, I'm not professional. I don't have just a button to do that. G2 Esports and 0-1. We've seen G2 struggle against MENA teams before. Most notably, Falcons swept them in fall. But this is a different G2 team. And I think they're just too strong here for 0-1. Moving on, Endpoint, one of the teams that I was very worried about. I think Space Station riding that high off of a 3-0 Swiss. They're just going to roll through Endpoint. And they'll take down Endpoint and move on to play G2. FaZe and Renegades. Again, I love my OCE boys, but FaZe Clan just look way too strong. And am I really going to put 4 North American teams through to the upper semis in Group B? Unfortunately, for North America, I'm not. General NRG, again, one of those teams I'm worried about. Missing Swiss, not getting those extra reps in. So Dignitas will move on to play FaZe Clan. 0-1 Esports and Endpoint. I think we're gonna have an upset here. I am not high on this Endpoint team. I really want to be, because I love Archie and I think Archie's an excellent player. But 0-1, they're gonna pull the upset here in 7. I think Endpoint bring it to the brink, but there's just something about Endpoint that I just don't like. And I don't know what it is, because I love Metza, I love Archie. Relating Wave, obviously, very, very talented player. But just something about it isn't gelling right now. And I think 0-1, they'll have the chemistry, they'll have the LAN experience, playing G2, getting slapped, and they'll bounce back here and knock off Endpoint in an upset. And General NRG, they will find their first win in a while here. They'll take down Renegades 4-2. CJ will be on the desk for top 8. Unfortunately, I couldn't quite bring myself to do it. Space Station and G2. Man, what a battle this is going to be. I love Space Station Gaming. I think Daniel is a hell of a player, and then Arsenal and Reddles are the exact support that Daniel needs. But something about G2 just having Space Station's number. They'll take it here in Game 7. FaZe Clan and Dignitas. FaZe Clan have looked really strong here. Dignitas, they'll have the momentum coming off of that win over NRG here, but FaZe Clan are just too strong. Dignitas a little bit too inconsistent to take down FaZe, I think, here. So we will roll with FaZe Clan. Moving on, Dignitas and 0-1. I can't believe I'm about to do this, but Dignitas. You heard it. Top 8 for Dignitas at the World Championship. They're going to get there. And joining them here in the lower semifinals will be Space Station Gaming. Just too much for NRG. I love those boys, Squishy, Garrett, Justin, obviously. But there's just they need to either change it up, or they need to have something special happen to let them make a run. And I just don't see it happening here. Space Station Gaming advanced to top 8. So now we have it, folks. Our top 8 is secured here. Let's once again move stuff over and take a look at top 8. And actually, we'll move it up here because we don't need anything up here. There we go. All right, version 1 and Space Station. What a hell of a matchup this is. Every time that they play. Version 1 and Space Station. I think these are two teams that you could very easily make an argument for making top 4. But man, there's something about them. There's something about this version 1 team. I don't know if they'll win the whole thing, but there's something about them making top 4 here, and I think that they'll do it over Space Station Gaming. It hurts me to knock out a North American team here, but don't worry, folks. We're not knocking out 2 in a row. I think FaZe get it done. I'm sorry, Furia. You had a hell of a run. I think you are the 6th best team here, so you can definitely stake your claim as a top 6 team. But unfortunately, the run does not make the top 4 here. in the World Championship. I'll move on to Falcons over Dignitas because I think this one is pretty cut and dry. Dignitas, a very fortunate bracket with their 2 wins being NRG and 0-1 in the main event. And I think Falcons just way too good. And then, unfortunately, G2 and Moist in the quarterfinals of the World Championship. G2 got them at home in the winter, and they beat them. And I'm sorry, but I think they do it again. G2, move on. Take on Falcons in the semifinals. Version 1 in FaZe. Man, what a fight this is gonna be. Version 1, calm, beast mode. Torment holding down the fort on the back line. We're going to Game 7. And who's going to take it? It's going to be FaZe. First killer, FK. He's going to make a play. He's going to show beast mode why or what it takes to really assert yourself at the top of RL Esports. And First Killer and FaZe Clan make the grand final of a World Championship where they will meet the winner of G2 and Team Falcons. Again, G2 and Falcons played in the fall. Falcons a sweep over G2 in Sweden. I don't think this one's a sweep. And I also don't think it's get revenge for fall. It's a different team. I'm telling you, Dries might have been the best player for G2 in that fall major in Sweden. But there's just something about G2. They got the home crowd, and they're going to ride that wave all the way to beating FaZe in a Game 7 in Dallas. G2 Esports should have won it in Season 9 before it got canceled. It would only make sense for the script to say G2 Esports win it here in 2022, headed back to Dallas. So those are my predictions. Let me know in the comments down below if you disagree, what you think I got way wrong. Is Dignitas going to bomb out before any of this even goes down? Can 0-1 or even Veloce, who I had losing out in Swiss, can one of them make a run? Can Furia get into top 4 or even the grand final, much like they did at Gamers 8, which they won? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, be sure to click the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notified whenever I go live, whenever I upload a video. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.